Hey guys, I am here to read a story to you today. We are going to read Goldilocks and the Three Bears. And this story is retold and illustrated by James Marshall. That means that James Marshall is retelling the story and he drew the pictures. Once there was a little girl called Goldilocks. "What a sweet child," said someone in town. "That's what you think," said a neighbor. One morning Goldilocks' mother sent her to buy muffins in the next village. "You must promise not to take the shortcut through the forest," she said. "I've heard that bears live there." "I promise," said Goldilocks. But to tell the truth, Goldilocks was one of those naughty little girls who do exactly as they please. Uh-oh. And this is shortcut. Danger, very risky. Not a good idea. Turn back. Go the other way. And look at her. She's like, ha 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 ha. I'm going to do it. Meanwhile, in a clearing deeper inside the forest, in a charming house all their own, a family of brown bears was sitting down to breakfast. "But Tooey," cried big old Papa Bear, "this porridge is scalding." Scalding means what do you think, boys and girls? Look at the steam coming out of his mouth. Yeah, it means hot. "I've burned my tongue." "I'm dying," cried Baby Bear. "Not really," said Mama Bear, who was of medium size. "That's quite enough." "I know," said Papa Bear. "Why don't we go for a spin while the porridge is cooling?" "Excellent," said Mama Bear. So they got on their rusty old bicycles and off they went. A few minutes later, Goldilocks arrived at the bear's house. She walked right in without even bothering to knock. That's not nice. On the dining room table were three inviting bowls of porridge. "I don't mind if I do," said Goldilocks, helping herself to the biggest bowl. But the porridge in the biggest bowl was much too hot. "Patooey!" cried Goldilocks, and she spat it out. Next she tasted the porridge in the medium-sized bowl, but that porridge was much too cold. Then Goldilocks tasted the porridge in the middle bowl, and it was just right, neither too hot nor too cold. In fact, she liked it so much that she gobbled it all up. Feeling full and satisfied, Goldilocks thought it would be great fun to have a look around. Right away, she noticed a lot of coarse brown fur everywhere. They must have kittens, she thought. In the parlor, there were three chairs. "I don't mind if I do," she said, climbing into the biggest one. But the biggest chair was much too hard, and she just couldn't get comfortable. Next, she sat in the medium-sized chair, but that chair was much too soft, and she thought she might never get out of it. Then Goldilocks sat in the little chair, and that was just right, neither too hard nor too soft. In fact, she liked it so much that she rocked and rocked until the chair fell completely to pieces. Now, all that rocking left, Goldilocks quite tuckered out. "I could take a little snooze," she said. So she went to look for a comfy place to nap. Upstairs, there were three beds. "I don't mind if I do," said Goldilocks, and she got into the biggest one. But the head of the bed was much too high. She looks all tired there. Look at her. So she's not comfortable in this bed. Next, she tried the medium-sized bed, but the head of that bed was much too low. Then Goldilocks tried the little bed, and it was just right. Soon she was all nice and cozy and sound asleep. She did not hear the bears come home. Uh-oh. What do you think's going to happen? So she is snoozing. The three bears were mighty hungry, but they went in for breakfast. They could scarcely believe their eyes. Somebody has been in my porch, said Papa Bear. No, somebody's been in my porch, said Mama Bear. Somebody's been in my porch, said Baby Bear, and eaten it all up. How would you feel, boys and girls, if you were looking forward to eating something and someone had eaten it already, had taken it out of the refrigerator and eaten it already? You'd be upset, right? In the parlor, the three bears were in for another little surprise. Somebody has been sitting in my chair, said Papa Bear. Somebody has been sitting in my chair, said Mama Bear. Somebody has been sitting in my chair, said Baby Bear, and broken it to smithereens. The three bears went upstairs on tiptoe, not knowing what they would discover. At first, everything seemed fine. But then Papa Bear lay down on his big brass bed. Somebody's been lying in my bed, he cried. And he was not amused. What do you think that means? He was not amused. Yeah, he was mad, right? Look at him. I don't like when other people get in my bed either. Ah! Cried Mama Bear. Somebody's been lying in my bed. Look, cried Baby Bear. Somebody's been lying in my bed, and she's still there. So there's Mama Bear. She is not happy. And he has discovered that there's someone still in his bed. Now see here, roared Papa Bear. Goldilocks woke up with a start, and her eyes nearly popped out of her head. But before the bears could demand a proper explanation, Goldilocks was out of bed, out of the window, and on her way home. Who was that little girl? Asked asked Baby Bear. I have no idea, said Mama Bear, but I hope we never see her again. So there's Goldilocks jumping out of the window. And they never did. So did Goldilocks ever go where her mom told her to go? No, she never made it that far. Boys and girls, can you remember what happened at the beginning of the book? What happened at the beginning of the book? That's right. Goldilocks was supposed to take a trip to the village, but to get muffins, but she was not to take the shortcut. That's right. And the and the bears, they were eating their porridge, but the porridge was what? Yeah, it was too hot. What happened in the middle of the story? Yeah, Goldilocks was trying out the chairs, and she was trying out the beds. You're right. What happened at the end of the story? That's right. Goldilocks jumped out of the window, and she ran home, and she was never to be seen by the bears ever, ever again. So, boys and girls, just like we've been doing all week, you are going to have a sheet like this. I want you to cut on the dotted lines. I want you to cut out your bears. I want you to cut out the porridge, the Goldilocks, and then these are the props. So we have the props for the chairs, the props for the beds, okay? So you have enough popsicle sticks in there to put each one on a different popsicle stick. And then you can act it out to someone at home. So I want you to do that. You can either take a video or you can take a picture of your props and your characters and send it to your teacher. We also have a writing activity that will follow this. So enjoy.